Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekha Kwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who do real well. I want to say Shalom to all you Akim pushing this truth in faith and diligently across the four winds so we can seal the elect and make it to the kingdom. Now, I just have a small testimony, but I know it'll actually be good for brothers and the few sincere sisters that are listening. You know, it actually be beneficial to you brothers as well. So Yahweh Ratazah, this lesson is edifying to the body for the elect. Okay, so basically, I was just talking to the elder here. One of the heads here at GMS Fortress. Okay, GMS Wisconsin. All right. And I was talking to the brother Atazawan, and we were speaking about something. And as I was talking, that brother was just listening. You see, and when it was his turn to talk, you see, at certain points he was hitting, right, that I was very anxious to respond to. You see, or to give my input or give an answer or to say, God, or something like that. You see, some type of response to. You see, and I was quick to do that. You see what I'm saying? And in the midst of him talking, I was trying to respond, and then I'll catch myself and I'll shut up. You see, and the reason why I'm bringing out that point, you see, is because he showed wisdom. You see, his level, him being in the faith and in the truth and doing his work diligently, for almost 10 years now. You see, in a couple of months, it'll be 10 years. You see, but his wisdom showed. You see what I'm saying? His Salakia, I can't think of the word that I'm trying to use, but his experience, the Wadi Abba Shema Shai, his experience showed, you see, through his actions. When I was speaking, he was just listening, you see. But when it was time for him to speak, you see, then I wanted to kind of jump in front of him, kind of like respond, and cut the man off, you see, which was me, I was in the wrong for that. And he didn't say anything about it, you see, and he didn't have to, you see. I have enough, I have enough wisdom to know, okay, I caught it, shut up, you see, because when a wise man is speaking, so like I can't remember that verse. If brothers do remember that verse, if they could put it in the comment section, I would very very much appreciate it. But basically, I wanted to go into a couple of precepts that actually back up the fact that we're not supposed to be quick to speak and slow to hear. It's actually the other way around. Okay. And see, by me making that mistake, you see, it actually, came, to me, the spirit jumped on me to actually make this lesson, you see, so that, other brothers, that are, maybe doing that, that to know that, yo, you can't do that. You see, when a wise man is speaking, we're supposed to just listen, you see, right? Because you get a lot out of it from listening. Like, for instance, if if a man if you're speaking, if it's like if you're speaking to someone and they're listening, right, and then when it's their time to talk, right, when they're talking to you, you see, if you're thinking about, before you say anything, you have to think about what you're gonna say, you see, and then you start saying, you see. Now, if you're thinking about what you're gonna say while this man is in the midst of his speech, you're not listening. You see, therefore, you're not gaining any type of wisdom. You see, because you never know what he might say to you. The Lord might have him say something that might resonate on your spirit. It might stick with you. You see what I'm saying? That you can actually take with you in your day-to-day fight. You see, in this truth. You see. So I want to get James. Okay, there's a bunch of precepts here. Okay, I'm gonna go through a few of them. All right. James chapter 1, verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, okay, let every man be swift to hear, all right? So be quick to hear, all right? Slow to speak, slow to wrath, all right? Which is anger, okay? All right? Because that's a problem in Israel, okay? When I say Israel, I mean all 12 tribes, okay? You so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native and Seminole Indians, all right? You see? That's a problem within our nation, okay? You know, that we're, there's a lot of conflict that, occurs and continuously occurs, you see, because there's a lack of communication, you see. And within communication, both parties have to speak and allow the other person to speak and listen to each other, you see. And that's a problem, you see, that 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 we have because we don't do that, you see. But if we follow the scriptures, see, the scriptures tell us how to do that, okay, and what to do, all right, and what not to do, all right. So it says, "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath," okay, slow to anger, all right. And let me go to Proverbs. Let's see. I'll read it. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 28. That's where I am right here. It says, "Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace," which means he's quiet. You see, he closes his lips. Okay, he doesn't speak. You see, he just listens. You see, it says, "Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise." See, even a fool is counted as wise when he just shuts the hell up, man. You see, and just listens. You see. I mean, come on, Akim. Our women don't even do that. You see, you have a few select sisters somewhere out there, a few, a very small few. You see, but a majority of our women don't do that. They don't know how to just shut the hell up and just listen. You see, because how do you learn? You learn by listening. You see, you learn by paying attention. You see, you can't do any of that when you're thinking about what you're going to say and then you're trying to say something. In the midst of someone actually speaking or teaching you, you see, all right, and that's why there's a lot of ignorance. You see, you have a lot of fools walking around acting like or believing in their own hearts, right, that they know everything and they know absolutely nothing. You see, and we're different from them. You see, and how are we different from them? When we first came across the men on the highways and hedges, the prophets, you see, whether it was on YouTube or, walking past them on the street, you see, when we came across them, we heard them. We weren't talking, you see. We heard them, we stopped, and we started listening. We weren't speaking, you see. And from that point on, we started learning and understanding, you see. The Lord started building with us, you see. You see. So the point is, we can't speak over each other. We have to be slow to speak, all right, and quick to hear, and listen. You see. Let me get one more. Let me see. Here, I'll get this one. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 15. "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes." See, you might think you're doing the right thing, you see, but you're a fool, you see, because what does it say? It says, I forgot what book. It says, "The heart is deceitful above all things," right? And heart is your mind, all right? Not that thing beating, in the middle of your chest. It's your mind. You might think, what you're doing in your ways is right, but it's not. All right. It says the way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. Now, what is counsel? You see, that's wise. That's brothers with more wisdom speaking to you. Okay. And when they're speaking, you see, you're hearkening to what they're saying to you. Okay, you're listening. Okay, you're not speaking over them. Okay, you're not thinking about something totally different in your mind and while in the midst of them talking. Because you could still not, hearken, without even opening your mouth. They could be talking about, talking to you about something spiritual and serious, and your mind could be thinking about, the basketball game tonight, or, your woman, or some shit like that. So, we have to clear our mind and zoom in, man, and focus, man. When there's a man, all right, that's more wise than you see, speaking to you, man, all right. That man, look, brothers give each other jewels, man, you know, of information and advice, on how to maneuver, how to deal with the woman, how to, deal with, the heathens on your everyday, job, or like life. You see, how to deal with each other, how to deal with brothers. You see, those are jewels, man. We need to grow in the spirit, okay? And the only way we can grow in the spirit is by learning, okay, and by hearkening, right? Shutting the hell up and just listening, man, okay? You see? To a man that's more wiser than us, man. All right? And that was pretty much my point. So I'm gonna end it there. Lord willing, the body was edified. You see, and want to say call halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakak Kodash, Shalom.